welcome to week 6 and good on you to have come so far. This week we are going to practice Yin Yoga. Now I'm going to take you through 3 principles when we practice this yoga practice today. Now the first principle is always come to a healthy range, a healthy edge. Never push yourself too hard in the beginning of the pose. So feel that you're comfortable enough to stay and enough for you to feel the stretch. And know that this healthy edge, the edge that we're talking about, the range that we're talking about, they do move, they do change along with time. So you do find yourself able to adjust little bit by little bit over the duration when you're holding the pose. And that's perfectly normal. Sometimes it happens that we might push ourselves too hard from the beginning and we need to come off, we need to release some of the effort. And so if you do find yourself in a situation, feel free to adjust. As long as you feel that's the right spot and that's the right range for you to hold. The second principle is don't rush, let the time do. So you can set a timer to say 3 minutes to start or 5 minutes. Now if you never tried this this type of yoga before, I'd like to recommend you start with something much easier, say 1 minute or 5 breaths, and see how that goes for you. If that feels manageable and you can manage to stay still for that 1 minute, then slowly increase the duration. And the third principle is that the Yin practice is a practice of being still. It's not a practice of going deep, because in the process of being still, we allow the body system to calm down, and perhaps this is a time that you might watch all sorts of things happening. Maybe it's a conversation, perhaps it's a sensation, perhaps it's a philosophy that you have to practice. You can always start the practice with an intention. What's your intention to start? And when you're there, allow your intention to sit together with being still. So today we're going to practice 4 poses. The first pose, we're going to do some chest stretch. Second pose is a pigeon stretch. Third pose is a twist. And last one is legs up on the wall. So the first pose, you're going to lie on your chest. Lie down on your chest down on the floor. And you're going to stretch your arms out like this with the palm facing down on the floor. So for a lot of us, this range, it's going to feel quite a lot. So you can stretch your arms up to the side like that. Okay, I'm going to show you. So I have with me 1 cushion, and I do stand by 2 blocks, and maybe take 1 more pillow on the side. So I'm going to demonstrate the pose. And once you find that comfortable edge, begin to allow the body weight to sink. Then observe that you're breathing. Now the way that you tell if your body is comfortable is that you're breathing relaxed and your breath is smooth. Now for some of you, you might need a deeper range, a different range. So then you can step 1 leg behind you. So it really depends on the range that you can hold. And when you're ready to come out, or when your time is up, do it slowly. Release slowly. Make your movements slower. Come right up. Okay? Then you change other side. second pose is a pigeon stretch. And this pigeon stretch, we're going to do it with the wall. Now you can do it on the floor, the regular way that we do. So I'm going to show you what works on the wall, and if that's a better option, you do that. If you prefer to do it on the floor, you do it on the floor. Okay, so adjust until you feel this feels comfortable. This is quite healthy for me to hold. And begin just to stay. And sometimes you might feel certain sensation rises up quite quickly. And begin to observe what exactly causes this sensation. It could be due to the stretch. Maybe you push yourself too hard, or maybe you don't feel enough, or perhaps it could be something else that could trigger this sensation to arise. So just be mindful. We practice, try not to judge. We practice to be open. Okay, when you're ready, change side. So you see here, I do activate slightly on the ankle. So I do flex the foot slightly, but not too much where you feel tension, just slightly. And again, feel comfortable. Feel that it's just enough stretch where you can hold. Begin your timer. And just breathe. And might begin to observe that some part in your body, it begin to tense up. And it will happen a lot without us being aware that it actually happens. So when the moment you notice that, let go. Send your breath to the part of the body that you felt where there are tension. Breathe right into the tension. And we're ready to release, release, and roll out to the side. The third pose is a gentle twist, so that will require cushion. So I start with two, you might do with one. Well, let's experiment with it. So you're going to lie on your back. And bring the opposite knee over to the cushion. Then stretch your arms out. When you're ready to release, slowly bend the knee back to center and change. So take the cushion to the other side. Bring the opposite knee over to the left, and you can stretch both arms out to the side. And when you're ready to change, come back to center. And the last and final pose is Viparita Karani. So legs up on the wall, and just to prepare us to rest if you're doing it at the end of the day. So this practice I'll need 2 cushions. One is where I'm going to sit on it, the other is for my head. Okay, so I'm going to lie down. Now the legs should feel relaxed, they are not tensed up. I'm breathing very comfortably. And be mindful of whatever that surface. It could be sensation, it could be thoughts, and it can be conversation. Just let those things happen and know that you're watching them. And when you're ready to release, bend your knee and roll out. And have a good practice, and I hope that they really help you to feel relaxed, calm, and the body feel that you had a good session of stretch. So I'll see you next week.